What's chillin' dudes, it's Strawberry here, and welcome back to Skyblock Season 3. Alright, it's been a little bit of a while guys, so I'll just quickly mention it. My apologies, it has been a bit of a while. I wanted to get a few ideas about this world before I got back into it. I've also been waiting on building a new computer, so this is a pretty good computer. If you see the top right, i7, I don't know too much about the computer stats. If you really care so much, it's on the top right. But you'll also see in this screen that we're on version 1.13.2. The last time I recorded an episode in this world was 1.11, so quite invariably there will be a few new updates, a few new features to go through. Also means that there are a few things which are broken in this world. Just wanted to quickly visit because I haven't really shown this off too much, but this is the original Skyblock island, so this is where this entire journey started, and of course this is the one bedrock block that would stop you if you spawned on this island. If you broke every piece of dirt, this is where you could spawn. So a bit of history. I have to do something about it at some point. Alright, I'm not really planning for too much of this episode. First thing I wanted to do is just pick up where I left off from last episode. So last episode, don't know whether you remember it or not, but I finished the Nether tunnel. There was a bit of a minecart setting up, creating an automatic Nether fortress for blazes and whatnot. We'll do that in another episode, but another thing in that previous episode was that I didn't have any animals, and I set up this grass patch hoping that those animals would spawn in there. So I tried recording an episode maybe about a year back or so. When I was recording that episode, I did in fact spawn all the animals. So we actually do not have animals in this world. We've got our lovely sheep. Meh. We've got our pigs. Oink oink. We've got our horses. I don't know what I'm going to do with horses. I have no idea because they're useless. They're going to be more like a leather factory than anything, horses. But the most important animal I'd say would be our cows. I made them these little pens over here. If you remember, I had this whole natural island over here, which I've just started expanding out and making it a little bit more natural with the mushroom blocks and stuff, adding some lighting, adding some hay bale pens. I'll have to keep breeding these guys up. Horses will be quite expensive to do so because of course they require golden food. It's a little bit annoying. There's a couple of things which I wanted to get fixed before we do anything else. I've got a couple other projects I want to work on. A couple of things I want to get fixed. First thing, why am I going up? I wanted to show you this. So the chicken farm, it's not completely broken. It just requires a few things to fix over here. But but I don't know what update it was, but one of the updates stated that slime blocks could now push note blocks. So there's a slime block launcher underneath here which propels these chickens up and to get cooked by the lava. Of course it's not firing because slime blocks can now push note blocks, which means that this thing isn't working. It shouldn't take too much to fix. That's one thing which I need to get fixed momentarily. The other thing I need to get fixed is in the Nether, which I'll just cut to very quickly. And the other thing I need to get fixed is the pigman farm. So, of course, this is still spawning pigmen, but one thing which I don't know exactly what happened, this should also be a relatively easy fix, is that if you aggro all the pigmen, they don't necessarily acknowledge that slabs are something that they can walk on. I think if we can turn those slabs into full blocks, then they will start running towards me and aggro. See right now that they're all bottling up right now, and only now like one or two would occasionally run through. But they're all just like, whoa, don't want to jump down there. They're all like grouping up there, really. Look how many pigmen there are, and there's only none of them actually chasing me. If I stand here, maybe one will run at me. There we go. So it's a little bit slow. I just got to turn those blocks into full blocks, and I think that should work. But yeah, those are some quick minor fixes which I'll just fix very quickly. While I do that, I might as well answer the question of 2 years ago. I still want to do that. Let's go to the XP. Right, I'm going to quickly fix those up for the new update and then we'll get cracking on with some projects. So, right, Future me, answer those question of the year answers. Thanks, future me. Thanks, past me. Alright, we'll be answering that question of the year, which I actually find a little bit hilarious because the question of the day in the episode 57 was, who is your favourite superhero? I said that I loved Thor because I think at that time Thor Ragnarok came out, and Thor Ragnarok is an amazing movie. Absolutely love it. I asked what you guys were. I think it's very funny because I never anticipated how big Infinity War was going to be, and now Infinity War is going to be coming around in the next, I think, end of April. It's going to be like another month or so. So, good time to answer the question. Let's see what you guys had to say a couple years ago. Alright, so the first one is from Pineapple123, of course. Hello, Pineapple. Pineapple said he's not really a fan of superheroes, so I'm going to have to say Josh Dunn from 21 Pilots or Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. Both are heroes to me. Absolutely fair enough. I mean, there are plenty of real-life superheroes. I'd probably say my real-life superheroes are going to be wrestlers, because I am a wrestling fan. WrestleMania is a week away from me recording this, so that's going to be my superheroes clashing back and forth together. I don't really have too many superheroes in the music scene, because I think they're just artists per se. I think superheroes are larger than life people. Music artists are creators at heart, so that's how I differentiate it. But if you consider superheroes music artists, then all four I completely understand. Thank you very much, Vanderbilt. We'll move on to the next three comments. They all have a similar theme. So we're going to start with Afra Resenga's one, which is, I'm a fan of Deadpool as well, and if it counts, I like Loki as well. I definitely think Loki counts as a superhero. I didn't really differentiate superhero from supervillain. He's more of an anti-hero. No spoilers, but I think he's a very well-defined character. I love him a lot in the Marvel Universe. And then Deadpool, I'm not really a huge fan of Deadpool, but I think it's just more that sort of comedy is not really my type of style, per se. I think a lot of people like their 4-4 breaking comedy. It's not really my type of thing, but I totally get why people like him, and you as well, Afra. And then, thank you very much, Afra. Similar, the third comment is, this is a hard one, from Brett Rose, but if anti-heroes count, clearly Deadpool. If not, Beast Boy or Raven from Teen Titans. I used to watch Teen Titans all the time. I've never really had a big favourite from Teen Titans. I might go Beast Boy. I think they're doing a remake for the Teen Titans, aren't they? What a nostalgia blast. Thanks for reminding me of Teen Titans, Brett. Number 4 of these comments from a couple years ago. So, the zombies on the bus. He said, Deadpool, enough said. You said clearly enough. I never really got Deadpool. But I watched number 1, but I never watched number 2. And they are clearly going to get a number 3 out. But big reason why I'd watch Deadpool would be Ryan Reynolds. What an actor. What a glorious man. What a glorious, glorious man. Enough said. Alright, thanks very much, zombies. Last one is from Sigcorp's Chris. Sigcorp says, tough question of the recent movies Iron Man of all time. Of recent movies Iron Man then of all time, Silver Surfer, Norrin Red is a badass, and I do not count that farce they did in the second Fantastic Four movie. Actually, I do not count those movies as movies at all. They're horrid. I never watched the second. The second of the original ones, because they did the Fantastic Four as well. The Fantastic. I don't know. I never watched that. I watched the original too. They weren't too bad as a kid, but I think if I watched them now, they would not hold up for time. Yeah, I see what you mean. But Iron Man is an amazing superhero. Iron Man's incredible. And that would be all of the questions. Oh, thank you very much, Sigcorp. That would be all of the answers. Let's get back to you. Past me. Tell me how you did with the pigman farm. Looks like it's working. Thanks, Future Me, for doing all of those messages, by the way. It's been a while, but I wanted to get around to it. Come on, more piggies. We gotta test this. We gotta stress test it. Oh, we got some piggies in the back. Come on, this way. This way. Yeah. Alright. Seems like it's working. Alright, if we get this entire Congo line without any jam ups, I think we're good. Yeah, that's looking a lot better than it was before. Oh, and we got that. I'm gonna have to modify this platform at some point. I think I might do a railway going around like that, because if you notice, like, the piggies will sometimes get stuck over there or in the back, for example. Yeah, I think we're good. I think it is working. Yeah, no jam ups whatsoever. And then how many entities have we got? 266? Not bad. By the way, if you want to see how crazy this computer can go up to, I'm just gonna bring up all the FPS to unlimited. So I'm recording at the moment, and I've got a Twitch stream currently. Oh wait. Oh right, it's because I'm recording. I'm locked at 60. It'd probably be about 420 or something in Skyblock. Okay, that was a bit of a stupid. That's my fault. Alright, and then the chicken farm should be working as well. Alright, with that being done, we can actually move on to today's projects. And all of this delicious XP, which I cannot use whatsoever. Alright, let's chuck those in there. Alright, on to today's episode. What are we going to be doing? Not snowball throwing, at least. Two things. First, because we've got a cow, I want to make a quick cake farm. I'd like to leave some cake around the place. Just go, hey, we actually got a cow, so this is our delicious reward. The other is I wanted to start a new project. We've got a lot of big projects. One thing about being around this island is that it's all very jam-packed in one area, one clustered area. So I wanted to expand outwards in a new direction. Probably that direction. The other thing I wanted to do, which is a part of this project, is the villager farm. I'm not super happy with it. The problem is that I've been adding slime blocks and leaves together, and while that is generally alright as a combo, and I thought it would be great at the beginning, it doesn't look great when you get in here. So a while back I thought, like, this is the slime block and leaf combination. It's alright, but it's not great. I wanted to replace it by over here, for example, putting leaves on top of wood, but I guess the problem is just because leaves are transparent, it doesn't look great as a village. So I think we're going to modify a little bit, and I'll get to that in a second, but we'll do the cake factory first. So let's do the cake factory first, and then I'll get to what I mean about the new villager farm when we get around to that project. Right, I'll meet you at the cake factory location point. Yes. Oh! Advancement! I was going to say achievement, but it's advancement now. Oh, advancement! Hooray! Do we have any more cows to feed wheat? There we go. Oh, you should go up nicely. One thing we do need to be aware of now is with the 1.13 release, they've got phantoms now. So if I don't sleep, well, actually, it's not too bad for me because most of I think phantoms normally spawn above sea level, which is like Y64, and most of Skyblock that I've built is under Y64, so I don't really need to worry about it too much. But I will sleep whenever, into the bits and stuff. Gotta kill a few cows for what I want. Stop running. Boom. And take you out. I need 4 liver. Mer. This might not. Oh, okay, no. Whew. Okay, that's 4 liver. Nice. One other thing, I want to grab one of you. You're coming with me. Say goodbye to your pen pals. Get it? Because they're stuck in a pen? I'm so witty. I did not actually think of it prior. Alright, you're coming with me. Say goodbye to your friends. It's nice actually to have some animals to play around with. I'm sure I've got quite a few projects actually that I can work on with these animals now. You're coming with me. This way. And we're going down. Not that way. I don't want you to die so much. If you dive in, it wouldn't be too inconvenient to drag a new cow down here. Say hello to your new pen. This will be your place. Can I attach you to there? No, I do. I have a wood fence in case I was going to do that. Cool. Attach you to there. Very nice. Alright, so welcome to the new cake factory. I'm not really planning on making this a massive building. I'm just going to have it as a place where I can make cake. First thing I wanted to do is, of course, you always have a crafting table. I guess we'll just place it there to make the cake in. The next thing is, I said I didn't need XP earlier, but I'm actually going to use that XP. I'm going to name a couple of things. I'll just chuck it behind there like that. Coolio. What did I want to do? I wanted to make a few chests, because these are just going to be where the other ingredients are going to be, so we'll chuck one there. I think a few. I never actually saw this in the notes, but I think you do shift, and right, I actually never knew that was a thing. I just came across it randomly. So, cool. Those will be stored in chests. I forgot to grab one thing, which I'll grab in a second, which will be the sugar. We'll make some sticks, and we'll make some item frames. I didn't realize that I needed more than the sticks I had, but you learn something new. Alright, those will be some item frames. We'll chuck one on top of... Did everything break, or is this block just... What is that block? Apparently I just can't do it in front of a fence. Alright, we'll just chuck it there. We'll chuck one there. We'll chuck one... I don't know, there, and one there. Cool, cool, cool. We'll chuck wheat in. I actually just wanted... Can I just call it wheat? Is that gonna bug me? I kinda want to be able to look at it and it say wheat. I think that might bug me. Can I do wheat? Would that bug me? Yeah, that would totally bug me. We'll do wheat. Alright. Chuck you there, we'll chuck some wheat in there. And then you of course are a cow, so we'll make a few buckets. Not like I'm really gonna need much anyway. Cool. We'll go milk bucket with an asterisk. Chuck you there. Milk. I could just call that milk. It's not like I'm using XP for anything else. So we'll just call it milk. 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 And then over there, that would be sugar, and that would be an egg. So we'll craft the chest for an... I did not need two of them, but oh well, whatever. We could chuck one up there anyway. Cool. We need some sugar and we need some eggs. Luckily, over here I do have a bit of an egg farm. I just have a solitary chicken constantly making eggs, so we have too many eggs in here. I'll grab one more just for the naming sake. We'll run over here and then we'll grab some sugar in a sec. And then from the sugar cane farm over here, which predominantly gets me emeralds most of the time, but I'll grab a bit for the sugar. We'll convert some of it into sugar. I will grab one more for the naming sake. Make that sugar. Alright, and then jump down the middle of this tower. I think it can be fun doing small projects like that just to show off the world and see how everything fits in together. Because one of the worries that I always have while making these Skyblock episodes is I always wonder if anyone ever thinks that I'm doing anything legitimate. And trust me, all of this was always legitimate. I've spent a lot of hours. Actually, let's check how many hours I've spent in this. 1,000 kilometers walked, distance flown, time played 12.37 days. I've played a lot in this world, so this, to me, I will always come back to this world. I will never really give it up. Unless it ever gets fully broken, I will never fully give it up. That is a weird sound. I don't know how much I like that sound, but I think that's pretty much a lot of it. And then with this, we'll grab... We'll chuck a few more bits in there. We'll make a few bits of cake. And right, can I fast craft cake? That makes it a little bit easier nowadays. Cool. If I grab one more of you, then I can fast craft cake. Very nice. And then we can chuck all the ingredients back in there. Probably it would have been a little bit easier if I chucked all the ingredients in one, but what have you, it works. Doesn't matter. What a weird sound. I'm not sure I like the milk sound. We'll chuck that cake on there. Cool, we got a cake factory. I've got 3 other bits of cake. I don't know what I want to do with them. Where do I want to chuck it? We'll chuck on there, and we'll put the other 2 cakes somewhere else. Lovely. So that's a nice little easy project, a little bit of a cake factory. Marvelous. I'll probably use the cake at some point in the future. Right, the other projects. So I wanted to rebuild that village as I was talking about. I'm not too happy. Also, when you look at it from down below, you can see all the slime blocks in the glowstone. Slime blocks. To me, because I've used slime blocks so much, it always feels like scaffolding whenever I see it. If I ever see any slime blocks around the place, if it's not an integral part of the build, well, that's kind of an integral part of the build, but it doesn't look great. It looks unfinished. Like over there, for example, if I leave those slime blocks there, that has a genuine purpose of breaking my fall when I fall down, but it looks unfinished to me. Over there, that's where I'm still finishing up some of the underside of the bridges, and that also looks unfinished to me. So I don't really like the slime blocks anymore. My plan is, tell you what, I'm just going to quickly cut to a creative world. I'll show what I mean, because I think there's going to be a multi-part project. I'll show you in a second what I mean with the new village project. So this is the idea I had. This is a bit of a concept art, so I haven't really expanded it too much, obviously. This is the idea I was going for with combining mushroom blocks alongside villages. One thing which I've realized with... There's an example. Villagers decide to walk off blocks. I don't really know how to counteract that apart from adding these white stained glass here, but I'm not going to be making it the white stained glass. I mean, for example, there are little holes here that baby villagers can fall down. Whatever. It's not like I'm here to protect all of the villagers. I'm not going to make it villager proof, if you get what I mean. We're not going to make it so there's no risk whatsoever. We have to make it look pretty too. So the idea is, with the 1.13, there are 2 blocks I want to play with. One being stripped birch logs / stripped oak logs. I think it gives a really nice texture. I think that would really work well for this, and like the idea for this village, like this floating village, came along the lines of when I was originally thinking about what to do with birch planks, because birch planks by themselves look absolutely hideous and ugly. I'm thinking, like, this looks pretty like a sand... That's another one gone! This looks a bit more like a sand island and stuff, so if we could like mess around with like mixing in birch planks in, for example, along with these stripped birch logs and the oak logs and stuff, and then the other one I wanted to play with was bone blocks, where for these highlight stuff. Like, you could use the bone blocks instead of quartz in certain types of builds, and then of course having the white stained glass to protect like the adult villagers from falling off, and then having these mushrooms, so having like glowstone on the top and the bottom to light places. We'll have some other lights like torches and stuff, but also underneath these kind of raised island areas is having these little houses where the villagers can actually rest in, so that would actually create that villager part. We don't actually need to make the villager structures, but underneath those villager areas we make it so there's a little holding area for the villagers to basically just have their little houses and stuff. I think this would work a lot better than what was before. That way I don't necessarily need to make structures. I think probably one of the things that I always struggle with is building things. I need a long time to prepare for them. So something like this where I could improvise how I'm building the village would really work out well. One other thing I wanted to try do... Actually, I'm going to set it back up to daytime. Good morning, all of you. Also, I'm just going to spawn a few more villagers so we can watch them all fall to their deaths, because apparently the AI is not great. Alright, we'll watch all of them fall off in a second. The other thing I wanted to do is I don't want... or dried kelp block, I have no idea what that is. lots of really random new blocks, which I have no idea what they are all are about. The other thing that's another villager falling. Oh, where are they? Another thing I wanted to do with this village is I wanted to actually add some other animal life in here. So, for example, actually getting the, like, having my cows around here and being able to breed them up together. So it's more than just like a village. We could actually have some proper wildlife. We can expand it and there'd be all sorts of animals. I think this is going to be the one big project, which is having all of this life in one area and just constantly expanding it and making sure it's safe for villagers and for animals to all thrive in. I think it's going to work out well. I'm very excited for this project, but of course we need to make a place to build it. We're not going to be building it in this episode. I'm just going to start creating the path of where we're going to place it, and I'll cut back to the Skyblock world, show you where I'm at with it. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've come up with. I never really had a proper plan for setting up how to get over the fair distance away from the established base, so I just thought, slime launcher? Let's try the slime launcher. So this is what we've currently got, no stairs. Just from afar, I'll show you now. So this is a little bit of a bridge. I'm just going to be designing a railway. It's pretty much going to be the exact same railway as the Nether Fortress one, going back and forward. I mean, technically I can set this up so I can travel there through the Nether, and I might still do that so we can give a little bit more depth to the Nether. But I will design one in the overworld too. I think it's really cool to be able to see things in the overworld. So if I run here, then it's... Oh, that didn't work. Hold on, let's try that again. Well, it kind of works. I mean, if I stop like that, for example, and when I stand here, then I stand in the middle of the tripwire, and that just keeps this block out so I can keep running. The other thing is you're not really meant to stop, so if I run like this, for example, and then just keep running like that, it'll just keep me going forward. So I think it's pretty cool. We'll leave it like that. A lot of us is spent like half an hour just doing all of this. Just impromptu, really. I never really had any proper plan for it. But yeah, this is the exact same start as the Nether Fortress track. So this rail will basically go forward and on the way back. If I... Do I have any iron? I don't have any iron. If I have a minecart, for example, coming back here and there's a minecart in there, then as it runs along there, this minecart will just start going in the opposite direction. That way I never need to carry a minecart on me. Yeah, pretty much just going to run all the way through this. I'm hoping to at least get past that village. Somewhere along there. It will probably take a bit of time for me to design all of this, if I'm honest. I'll see how far I can get tonight. I'll spend like another hour or two on it, and worst comes to worst, however far I get is however far I get in this episode, I'd imagine. Whoa, that was a bit of a leg spike. Must be me. Oh, I have been this fair distance before. One thing which I've been wondering, so while I chuck some torches down so no mold spawn. One thing which I've been wondering is, as I extend out this way, I keep wondering how big the Skyblock map is, because I am using the old classic design of Skyblock, where this isn't actually a super flat world. This used to be its own world. Need a torch there as well. This actually did used to be its own world that someone went into MC Edit and made this whole space with just air. So there is actually a world border, and it's made of land. If we go far enough... Oh, right, okay, so we're going under the logs, fair enough. So if we go far enough, we will be able to actually see land. It's just, I wonder how far out it is. I've never actually counted. It might be, say, $1,000 out, for example. If I go out this far, for example, I'm on -104, so I'm not seeing anything right now. I might be able to see some stuff later, but not anything right now. Anyway, I'll spend a little bit more time on this, and we'll see how far we can get with this. Yeah, just bear with me. One more cup, and then we'll end off the episode. What a great time for the rain to start up. Alright, so I have finished the bridge. One thing which, before I do finish a bridge, I did want to quickly address before I started using them, is that, a couple episodes ago, I created this mob grinder over here. This mob grinder has been doing really, really well. So, as a result, I designed this so it could also kill Enderman. So this is the first chest, and these are all the drops. And I've actually been getting some Ender Pearls. So I just wanted to quickly mention that to you guys, that I am getting Ender Pearls from this before I start using Ender Pearls myself, because Ender Pearls will obviously be a little bit faster. Lovely, lovely. Oh, and there's redstone as well. I'll grab that redstone. And glowstone, I'll grab that too. Nice. That's an Enderman. Alright, let's run over here. So I have, look how much. That's a long bridge. I actually finished off the bridge, and there's actually a surprising thing. So remember when I was talking a little bit earlier about I wasn't sure how far away the edge of the border of the map was? So let's go to the end here. You'll see what I mean in a second. The edge of the map is not really that far off. The edge of the map is actually right here. So we are going to build that village over here. I'm also going to put a cake here for a bit of a celebration of actually seeing the world's end. I am going to keep, so yeah, because classic Skyblock map, obviously the world is still going to be there. I'm going to keep it there because I don't really see any need of removing it yet. I don't have any ambition to go over to the end of the world. If I did go to the end of the world, if I did go over to the world, then I'd be defeating the whole purpose of having Skyblock in the first place. So that's not going to be something that I'm going to do. I'm just going to remain here in the void. I have plans to go over there at some point, but I will talk to you about that before I do that. Get you guys' opinion. But in the meantime, we will build this little island out here. So this, if you look all the way straight that way, then you'll be able to see that the village is basically, it's a straight line over here. Also, I have no idea how I'm going to get the animals through that whole bouncy area, but we'll do it at some point. That's way off in the future. Yeah, overall, built the bridge, made the cake factory. We've done quite a bit of things in this episode, so we'll leave it off there. Mostly it's just a return to form, and we'll get a few things sorted in the next episode of Skyblock, which I don't know when exactly I'm going to do, but I had a lot of fun making this one. And I hope you guys are eager to see this back, because I have been looking forward to recording for a little while, so thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourself a lovely day. I'll see you when I see you. Cheers for watching, dudes. Take care. Bye-bye.